Well, hi everybody and welcome back. Fresh start at Exehaven. I've had a damn good tidy up after the escapades with the lower level. It's all been hoovered. There shouldn't be quite as many cobwebs in here, bed spiders. And today we're going to make a start on Exehaven Harbour Station, making this platform here, and sorry, this platform here and this platform over here. We're going to connect them up to somewhere over here. I'm going to put in a couple of points, which will make those two platforms two through platforms. So I'll update you as I go. But yeah, I did the other day. I spent a whole morning just tidying the place up because it was in a right state. But as we follow the class 50 round, today leading a mixed wake of coaches, just for a change, and just for running it round as I'm working, really. We've also got the warship working on a Waterloo service, which I believe they did in the early to late 60s. But yeah, I really do enjoy having the trains round going round while I work, but that's going to have to stop shortly as I cut the tracks over here ready for the points to be put in. I'm also going to have to put another piece in here, and maybe even a piece in here, just so that we can ease the tracks round there. I think this side might be alright actually, because I'll just curve it round there. We'll come in here. So I can't keep up with my finger there. I've got two convenient gaps in the track here, but they are on a curve, and I would probably like to start them there, the points on either side, because that's a relatively straight piece there, and then I can just curve the track in. So anyway, watch this space and I'll come back to you in a while. Right, okay, so that wasn't as straightforward as it first appeared. After cutting this piece of track, the original piece of track, when I cut it, it just all fell apart. So that's a new piece of track in there, new wiring soldered on. Now we've got the point wired in, and we're ready for the class 50 to come round as a test over this point. So yes, it's taken me a good part of an hour and a half to do that. I was only expecting it to take me about 20 minutes. But there we go. And I didn't want to speak too soon, but all seems to be well. Excellent. So unfortunately I've run out of time today because that took me too long. I was hoping to get both of them done. I've still got to lay in a piece of track from here down to here, and obviously I've got to put that other point in over there and run round to there, but I've got to also put a piece of probably MDF or something in there. So that's where I'm going to leave it today, but you'll see the next segment hopefully with that all done. Right, so here we are, and we have put this extra piece of track in now to form the first of the platforms, and we've got the western Pullman going through there, through that point, through what is Exehaven Harbour Station, out the other side. Very pleased with that, all wired in. So thank you, Jeremy, for all this extra work that you've that you've created. But yeah, no, I'm well pleased with that. The other side's got a little bit more work, obviously, because I've got to put some more sort of baseboard in there, really, just to cover up that section. It shouldn't be too hard. It's just time, really. I should have some time Wednesday morning. Today's Monday. Golf tomorrow. and then I had somebody coming round in the afternoon to do some work for me as well. So I've got Wednesday morning, so hopefully I can get a good crack on with that. There she goes, we've got some foreman coming back round again, ready to enter Exehaven Harbour Station. Hopefully this all goes well again. Yeah, it seems to run through there quite smoothly. Very happy. Right, next segment will be when this section here is filled in, and like I say, that, you know, that will be the next segment, but it'll be a couple of days for me, so I'll see you then. Right, so okay, so we're going to install the next point, which will be somewhere around here, which will come into here, into Exehaven Harbour Station, to make that the 4th crew platform as such. What I've got to do is got to rig up something here which will take the track, so the next time you'll see that, hopefully I'll have something in there. So just as we speak, we've got the Class 50 coming across the bridge over the River Ex, coming down, and I'm still running tests down here, or just running the train through really while I'm working, which is something I like to do. But that all seems to be going okay, he says, as soon as you start filming, as it uncouples. So I'll get back to you shortly. Right, okay, so we're now working on getting this point in here to feed into the platform over here. So what I've done is I've just made some plinths as such for the board to sit on. Now these plinths are all different sizes because there's a very slight gradient as we come out of here, because as it builds up and up and up. So it's so this one's 10 centimetres, this one's 10.1, and this one's 10.3. So centimetres tall, that is. So like I say, because of the little gradient there, and that's the build up right round the back, across the back bridge, and right round to up to the girder bridges just there. And while we're there, this is the piece that I've made to fit in there. Cut it out with my jigsaw this morning, and it kind of fits, but it will be like a lot of the rest of the layout. All the gaps are being filled with the painter's tape. This green one is particularly sticky, and that went down a couple of years ago, and it hasn't come up since. So, and I've seen a few others do the same technique. So that's what we're going to do. I did try actually filling a couple of the gaps with filler, but that didn't work. That just sort of crumbled out after a period of time. I think as the trains went over, it just crumbled away. So that's how I'm going to do it. But that's where I'm at. Can't do any more today, unfortunately. I've run out of time. But I've had the trains running around this morning. Class 33 with a parcels train. The warship going through over there with a Southern Region service. Now the other day I was having trouble, as we're coming out of the station here, with this point here. Now this morning my first task was to set about sorting that out. And you know what? The trains have been running probably getting on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've not had one problem with that point. So a little bit of a scratchy head moment. A lot of trains, well, the Class 33 in particular was derailing on it, stopping, and I don't know, I just can't figure it out sometimes. I think it is what it is, isn't it really? I mean, the trains generally run on here pretty well, and I don't know why. It may have got nudged slightly, so who knows. The warship, strangely enough, the other day was having some funny turns. A lot of the carriages were derailing. on this rake, and today nothing. It's running in the same direction as it was the other day. I don't know, can't figure that out, but everything's well at the moment at Exehaven. But I think that is just model railways, isn't it? I think a lot of you guys are probably find the same things, bit of head scratching sometimes, but yeah, enjoyed my morning out here today. It's been good, nice and productive, and I'll leave you just with the passing shot of the warship going over the girder bridge, and I'll see you in the next segment. Right, okay, so I think the final segment for this episode, as usual, didn't get as far as I wanted to get. This is now in place, gluing down as we speak. I think probably in the next episode and the first segment of that will be concentrating then on getting the point in here and running it round into this platform here. So that's as far as I've got. I think really it's a good place to wrap this episode up, because I'm not going to get much more time now to film before I get this film out to YouTube. So yeah, so if you can see that, it might be a slightly better angle to see if I get my finger in here. So that's the end of the potential, well, B platform, and that'll just run round to about there. So yeah, so reasonable progress this time. Obviously we've got this point in here, which opens up this platform going through here. We obviously have, we're going to have, hold on, where are we? 1, 2, and another platform over there. So we've now got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 platforms, through platforms, rather than 2 through platforms and 2 bay platforms. So we've also got this outer bay. This will be for sort of perhaps the postal services and some terminating services as well. So yeah, quite pleased with that. And I think just to sort of end this episode, we'll watch the 2 trains that I've got running around now. We've got the Class 50 chugging away there. And we've got the Class 31 running round. I haven't had this running round, it's been used as my test train recently. I've got that running on a 4-coach Cardiff Exehaven service. And she seems to be running around nicely. I haven't given the Class 31 a chance to run much recently, so yeah, it certainly runs nicely with 4 Mark 1s behind. It can manage more. I think it does up to about 6, but I'm quite happy with that running around with 4. As that comes through the new point there into what will be Exehaven Harbour Station, and out the other side. Up she goes, and we'll go with the circuit with the Class 50. Class 50 strong enough to pull 8 full coaches. Just goes past the Western Pullman. Budleigh Regis over there on the far left. That'll be a project ongoing once we've got the next set of points in Exehaven Harbour. Right, okay, so as the Class 50 comes back round after its full circuit from Exehaven Harbour Station, there she goes. Just remains for me to say thanks everybody for all your support and watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. You know, there's no pressure to subscribe. Seems to have got a lot of subscribers back again now. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. It's nice to be working back out on the layout again, rather than underneath it. Although I have a solution for the underneath, but I might not even go there for a few months. Let's get some other work done. So thanks very much, guys. Cheers for now.